Hello and welcome. In this video, I will be walking you through the basic features of IntelliJ. IntelliJ is a piece of software that we will be using to write our Java code. For example, we use Microsoft Word to write, let's say, essays in English, right? Now, what does that word do? It helps us create those files where we write our essays. It helps us fix spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes. It helps us share those files. So IntelliJ is exactly the same software but for Java. It will help us fix our Java mistakes. It will help us run that code. It will help us organize that code. And there are many more features. So whenever you will be opening the IntelliJ, you might be presented with this file. The file is called pom.xml. Now, this is an important file. Please do not make any changes in this file. If you do so, you might corrupt your project and you might have to create a new one. So all you should be doing is close this file right away. And the second file that you will be presented with is most probably this main.java. But let's say you have something like this, totally blank. So what you can do, you can go to the file where you are supposed to write code is this main. Now, it might be a different file, but it will always be under Java, org.example, and this is where you are supposed to create your files in which you will be writing your Java code. So before I explain more on files, let me explain the main parts of IntelliJ. So this part here, let me also highlight it for you. This part here, it is called the editor. This editor is where we will be writing our Java code. This part on the left is called the project explorer. This section is going to help us organize our code. So for example, we will be able to see all of our files that we will be creating using this project explorer. So let's say, for example, I'm creating a new file where I am planning to create a new program using Java. So first I have to give any name. So let's say I call it hello world. This is the name of the file. Now, once you do that, you will end up seeing something like this. So this is how the Java file looks like. Now, whenever we write Java code, and if we want to run that code, we must have a method which we call as main method in Java. I'll explain more what are methods and how they work. For now, please make sure that you always create this main method, and it's very simple. All you have to do is type main, all in lowercase, and then once you do that, you simply have to click on the enter button and the main method will be created automatically for you. Now, you are supposed to write all of your code inside this main method. Remember one thing, in programming, there are so many teeny tiny details, and if we mess those details, our programs will not run. Computers are very strict in programs. So for example, if I try to write my code after this curly bracket, it's not going to work. For example, even if I just remove this curly bracket from here, it's not going to work. So we have to make sure that we are following all the rules. Otherwise, the programs will not work. So first thing, you should be creating a main method always, at least for the first few classes. And inside these main methods, you are supposed to write your code. Now, I will be showing you simple commands right now. We will be learning about more commands later on in the class. So for example, one simple command that you will be using a lot is called this sout. It's a shortcut, and the complete command is system.out.println. This command is used to print something on the console. So let's say, for example, I want to print hello syntax here. So I am using double quotes, and then inside those double quotes, I am writing hello syntax. Whenever you have to print some English alphabets, make sure you encapsulate them using these double quotes. Now, if you want to run your program, then what you can do, you can right click and then you can click on run hello world. So run is the command and then hello world is the name of your program basically. So I highly encourage you to use this feature to run your programs. And once you do that, you should see a console and you should see the output on this console. So this console is basically where you will be seeing the output of your program. So three main areas. One is editor, where we will be writing our code. One is this console, which will show us the output of our programs. And one is called the project explorer, which will help us navigate through the files, which will store our files. So I have right now hello world and main, two classes inside my project explorer. Now, sometimes what happens, you might lose these files, and it's totally fine. So for example, you might end up clicking on here, and you might see something like this. Now, if you want to get back your file, it's simple. All you have to do is to go to your project explorer and double click on any file, and you will be able to see your file back. Now let's assume that you also lose the access to this project explorer and this console as well, and it looks something like this. It's also totally fine. All you have to do is click on this folder icon here. This will bring your project explorer back. Then once you click on any file, you will be able to see your file back. And once you run your program, the console will appear automatically. You don't have to do anything for that. Now, if you have closed your IntelliJ, do not worry that, okay, maybe I have lost my files, or what is going to happen to the code that I have written. IntelliJ saves all of your code automatically. So if you have closed and if you open it again, so for example, I'm right now on Windows and I'm clicking on the Windows key and I'm typing IntelliJ, and after that I'm clicking on enter button. So it will open automatically, and it will also open the last file that you were working on automatically in front of you. So if you close your IntelliJ accidentally, totally fine. If you lose access to editor, totally fine. This project explorer, everything you can bring back now by following these instructions. So this is where we will be creating our files in during the class, and this is where we will be writing our code. Now, one more thing, we will be using a lot of brackets in Java. So for example, you might already see that we have curly brackets or middle brackets. We have these parentheses. We have these square brackets as well. For now, just keep in mind that these brackets, they always come in pairs. For example, if you have an opening curly bracket, you must have a closing curly bracket as well. If you don't have this closing curly bracket, you will get an error again, and you will not be able to run your program. So for example, even if you try to run your program, you will be presented with an error, something like this, and you will not be able to see your output. So please pay close attention to these curly brackets. They always, all the brackets, they are always in pairs. If you are losing one part, it's not going to work. So that's it for the introduction. I just wanted to walk you through the basic features, how you can open your projects. I have already shown you how to create a new project in the introduction, in the installation video. So this was just basic on how to create a file and how to basically run your programs. One more thing that we might end up doing is, for example, we might end up creating a lot of packages to organize further our code. So for example, I might do right click, new, and package. So let's say, for example, I will be writing all of my code under this package, under this folder that I'm calling as class 1. So this is also totally fine. It's very similar to how we create subfolders on our computer. So if you see the subfolders, you can again right click, new, and class, and let's say call it first program. So again, same process, just a new subfolder to further organize our code. So that's it. I'll see you in the class. Until then, take care and bye-bye.